Ghostbusters News, how can I help you? Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. Paul Rudd, okay. That's the title they're going with? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh, we are very discreet, yes. Okay, yeah, I will pass that along. Thank you. We got one! This new Ghostbusters movie is inching closer and closer, working as a sequel to the first two Ghostbusters films, technically also serving as a reboot for the franchise since it's getting rid of the continuity of the female Ghostbusters. I am beyond excited for this project, and we just got a whole bunch more details. What we're going to be talking about is they did go ahead and reveal the actual title for this Ghostbusters movie, a new addition to the cast that has me very happy and excited. Also some details that were dropped a few weeks back that I didn't think was big enough for a video, but now with this stuff I can bring it in about unused Ghostbusters footage from the original movie that'll be used for this new film. So before continuing on, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button and comment down below what you think about the latest news concerning this Ghostbusters movie. And last thing I'll say, diving into it, I want to get something off my chest that triggers a lot of people when I make one of these Ghostbusters updates.
You know, nut soy boy drinking Nickelback loving slime boy, this is not a reboot, it's a sequel. This is Ghostbusters 3. Stop calling it a reboot.
Every time I put out one of these updates, there are a few people who get triggered that I use the word reboot, but unfortunately, guys, that is what it technically is. In Hollywood, there is this new phenomenon where they have reboots, but it's also a sequel at the same time. There's no exact name for what this is as of yet. It's a reboot because it is starting all over from the current continuity that was the female Ghostbusters and taking it back to the original and serving as a sequel. It's the same thing that they did with the Halloween movie of last year where they called it Halloween because it was technically a reboot but also a sequel to the original Halloween movie. Also why they didn't go ahead and call that movie Halloween 2. And on the technical side of it, casual people who aren't all the way into the news like we are and understand what's logically happening, the most searched term on this movie is Ghostbusters Reboot. And obviously I want as many people out there to find out about this movie because I love Ghostbusters and I just want to share that love. I hope that clears up a few things, but I know there's still going to be someone out there that goes,
I don't care. It's still Ghostbusters 3.
well, you might still think that, but the title would have you thinking differently because it has been revealed thanks to the report that Variety did that this new movie is entitled Ghostbusters 2020. They're including the year this movie comes out as part of the title of this movie. It's even further confirmation that this is working as a reboot and trying to bring in new members to the Ghostbusters franchise to become fans of it. By not calling it Ghostbusters 3, you leave the door open for casual people who aren't that aware of Ghostbusters to join in fresh and go, oh, okay, a rebooted Ghostbusters? I'll check that out. Because if it was called Ghostbusters 3, you would have those mom and pop people going, Ghostbusters 3. I don't even think I saw the first two. I'll pass. Business-wise, it makes sense, but I just think it's kind of funny because now I'll think of this movie as technically Ghostbusters 2020 of 2020. If there's any other possible meaning to the number 2020, I don't understand. But still, don't let that get your slimy panties in a bunch because there are some details in here that warrant them giving some fan service to old Ghostbusters lovers. But first, let's talk about this new casting with Paul Rudd joining them. Paul Rudd has joined Jason Reitman's Ghostbusters movie. It's said right here, thanks to Variety, that he will be a teacher in this new movie. Now, if you're unaware and not completely caught up with what's going on with this Ghostbusters film, I do have a playlist on my channel to get you up to date with all the little details. But to summarize it, this new Ghostbusters will revolve around a group of kids, 2 boys and 2 girls. Right now, we're only aware of Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things as one of the boys, and Mckenna Grace, who was just recently in Annabelle 3, as one of the girls. They're most likely siblings in this movie, but it deals with 2 kids coming back to their hometown and discovering a mysterious past involving the Ghostbusters. A lot of us theorize that they're probably the grandchildren of one of the old Ghostbusters or somehow related to them. But really, Paul Rudd being cast as one of the teachers here, I absolutely love that because I get a kick out of seeing Paul Rudd in anything. This really gives me vibes of the movie Gremlins when that kid in that film went to his science teacher to ask what's up with his mogwai and to study it. Poor guy ended up dying though. Hope that don't happen to Paul Rudd. But you gotta love the way Paul Rudd announced this, and only the way Paul Rudd can, in front of the famous firehouse that is right over there, saying a couple of nice words.
When I heard that they were going to call me, well, as you can imagine, I nearly slimed myself. I can't wait to join the cast this fall for Ghostbusters. In fact, I'm sliming myself right now.
Oh, I'm sliming in my pants too, Paul Rudd. I am. Who knows if he'll actually put on a jumpsuit and help these kids out in whatever their mission is, if he'll actually work as maybe a love interest to the mother of these two kids played by Carrie Coon. I just hope it's not a limited supporting role, that he has actually something big to do in this movie. And if you cast Paul Rudd, I have to think he has some sort of big role in this film. And last bit of news concerning this Ghostbusters movie, a few weeks ago during Ghostbusters Fest, Jason Reitman was doing a panel talking about the movie, and he let us know that he was currently going through archives of old Ghostbusters footage that didn't make it to the movie, that is the original 1984 film, and is gonna somehow try to implement that into the new movie. And this has all our speculation going wild. The best guess of what's going on right here is he's taking a lot of that old footage and trying to CGI in maybe the kids in this movie, or maybe the mother of these kids as a younger version, that she was always in the Ghostbusters world. My mind goes to time travel. They're gonna do time travel in Ghostbusters. The ghost dimension is a time portal, but even I know that's probably a little too crazy. And this is the part that I meant, that this current director, Jason Reitman, is gonna do his best to really please Ghostbusters fans and make them love this new movie with all the stuff going against it, because there is a lot of fans out there so unhappy that it's a real young cast, that how can these kids be taking on the jumpsuits and high-tech weapons to go and fight demons and ghosts? I don't know if I love that. And admittedly, I understand, but I have complete faith in Jason Reitman. His past projects that he's done really have a lot of heart and detail to the story, and I know he's just gonna bring that into the Ghostbusters movie. Also, I saw this right after I finished shooting the video and editing it, but I thought, why not add it to the video? There's this report by Geeks Worldwide of a supposed character that's going to be in the Ghostbusters movie. Take it with a grain of salt. This website's had its ups and downs with getting stuff right and wrong in the past, but it's so random and kooky, I thought you guys would want to hear about it. Apparently, they're looking to hire a roller granny. Basically, the character description is someone in their 70s to 90s who can roller skate. That's actually a description. They want an old person who's also capable of roller skating. Maybe with the younger group of kids, one of them has a birthday party at a roller skating ring. Since this is more of a small town, I could see there being a roller skating ring, but honestly, I feel like this is a misdirect, and this character will be something like the librarian at the very beginning of the Ghostbusters movie. So we could have a roller skating ghost in this movie, but that's just my speculation. I thought you guys would like to hear that. I think when the trailer comes, it's gonna have a lot of people turning their heads around. At least I hope so. But anyways, guys, you hear this news. How do you feel about the title going Ghostbusters 2020? Are you excited for Paul Rudd joining this cast? What do you think his character will detail in the film? And if you have any theories about what this unused footage is gonna be doing in the new movie, I'd love to hear it. Be sure to also like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.